Hello everyone, today I want to talk about what is the number one mistake aspiring high performance fall into when trying to get their performance to the next level. Now, before I tell you what it is, let's think about what is performance in a sense, right? Performance is the maximization of one potential and removing all interferences and blockages and bottlenecks that prevent that potential from showing up, right? So potential is predicated on your ability to surmount the natural resistance our body puts forward every time that we are trying to exert some sort of pressure. So every time we're trying to focus, our brain wants us to not be focused. Every time we're trying to build muscle, well, we need to break that homeostatic response of the body, and so on and so forth, right? Performance implies breaking the resistance. And when you break the resistance in a very specific target, you can trigger what scientists call deliberate practice. Deliberate practice is a type of practice that incorporates feedback within it. So every time that you're practicing it, you are becoming better. Remember the old adage of practice makes perfect? That's not true. Practice makes permanent, but perfect practice makes perfect. So when you're pushing the resistance up to 4%, which is a Yerkes-Dodson law, that's for another video, but the idea is once you are conscientious about how much you're pushing yourself every single day and you extract data and extrapolate the feedback and you incorporate that feedback, you can trigger deliberate practice, which is what creates mastery. Deliberate practice is the ingredients of mastery. So high performance is predicated on effort, on your ability to surmount the resistance, of reaching the next level, of breaking the homeostatic response of your body and mind. And the number one mistake that I see aspiring high performance is choosing the wrong thing. It's majoring in the minor. See, because we work with entrepreneurs, right? We help them reach the next level in their business through an acceleration of their execution and performance skills. But in order to make things happen, we cannot only provide business advice, right? How to get to your next level in your business, will then fix your marketing and improve your sales skills. No, we need to go way deeper, right? We need to go into the actual mental performance of the entrepreneur that is leading the business. So we like to create a model that incorporates the health vertical, the relationship vertical, the self-management vertical, and the development in terms of skills and character traits vertical, right? Because we cannot tell someone to focus on, let's say, marketing if that person lacks the ability to do marketing, lacks the skills, that kind of stuff. And something that I've noticed is that in order to feel productive, in order to feel like top performers, some entrepreneurs will choose to push themselves in a vertical that is not the vertical that really matters. If they came with the business problem and they're willing to accelerate their personal performance, it doesn't make sense to hit PRs in the gym or learn a skill that is unrelated to your business. Essentially, trying to feel good by pushing the resistance in a direction that is less hard and therefore less important than the one that you should be doing. Because as you're probably aware, the things that suck the most are those that are most important. At the other side of your biggest fear lies your biggest prize. So choosing to surmount a lesser fear, choosing to break less effort, you are essentially tricking yourself. You always need to be pushing in the highest leverage direction, which oftentimes is the things you fear the most and the things that you suck the most at. Once you fix that weakness, that bottleneck, the whole system will improve, right? So that's the number one mistake that I see aspiring entrepreneurs make. Majoring in the minor, working very hard on improving on the things that are not critical. So they waste time. There's a huge opportunity cost associated with not working on the right things at the right time. They can still get better in that skill. They can still get those PRs in the gym. They can still get a boyfriend or a girlfriend if they understood for whatever reason that the relationship is an area they need to work on. But they will not fix the number one problem they came to fix, which is their business problem, right? The thing that they identified as the biggest bottleneck in their life, right? So I leave you with this idea. Think about, where are you pushing the hardest at? What area of your life is the one that you are most focused on? And if that thing is not critical, if that thing is not important, if you're trying to become your absolute best at Fortnite, and you are over 18 years old, then probably you are equivocating the problem to solve. And that's like a very random example, but you get the idea. If you find yourself pushing in the absolute hardest thing that you have a chance of attempting right now, whatever that thing is, then let me tell you, you are becoming a top performer. See you in the next video.